Yo, what's up? It's Max Portnoy from the band Tallah, and I'm here to answer some questions that you guys submitted for me. I usually demo out the songs in my basement, like using a drum program, and then I record like the riffs and shit over it as I write. So I'll get like an instrumental demo, and I'll send that off to Justin, and he'll listen to the instrumental and write his lyrics and then like track a demo version of the vocals. And then from there, we'll start to learn it as a whole. We'll have instrumental band practice. Everyone will learn their parts. We'll jam it out. And then we usually do like an actual real demo with all like the actual instruments playing their parts. Justin will do his vocals, and then we'll have like a rough mix of it. And that'll be like the last step in terms of like the songwriting and the demoing process. So the first song that we had as a band for the EP, no one should read this, before we had the full album Metrifugy, would be Placenta. I had started writing Kungan ahead of that, but I never finished it, and then I ended up writing Placenta as a whole. So that was like the first song that we had that was finished, that pretty much got the sound of Tallah solidified, and then from there we went with the full length. And after the EP, no one should read this, the first of like the new songs was Overconfidence. I had actually saw Justin's Scream tutorial like a long time ago, before I even thought about being in a band with him. Just casually saw it, I thought it was entertaining, and I thought he was a really good vocalist, so I subscribed to his channel, and that's pretty much it. And then I didn't really see much of him for like a year and a half, 2 years. And then when we were looking for vocalists for the band, I was just on YouTube. I was like, maybe someone's on YouTube that I can find, because it's freaking 21st century. People use YouTube to reach out and find other musicians. And Justin, I got a recommended video from Justin's channel. It was the first time I really like checked out his channel since then. And it was the Given Up cover that he did. And I was like, this dude's badass. He's got an insane voice. He sounds like Chester. And I was just like, this guy's cool. So I did some more research. I went to his like original stuff and checked that out to see like what his songwriting, other stuff he can do. And it was awesome. I think the first one there I saw was Fothkra, which is like his most viewed original track. But the one that really sold me was the Jared Dines competition video, which I just stumbled upon going through his other videos. And it wasn't the really popular one where he had like green hair and shit. It was the one where he was in the French maid outfit and he was like doing Jamaican shit the whole time. After I saw that, I was like, this guy knows how to be unique. I guess Justin liked us too, so it worked out. Yes, I have. Many different forms. Some very minor, some more severe than others. But there's one tour that we were doing with A Killer's Confession. I fucked myself up real bad that tour many times. I like mildly sprained my wrist, and that sucked because it kind of hurt playing drums every single night, but I went through with it, it's whatever. I always scratch myself up and bruise my knuckles and crack them open on like the rims and shit. But I had the sprained wrist sort of thing, and then I got in like a fight with Cooper on stage. It wasn't like a legit fight, but we just sometimes were in the moment and just start smacking on each other. And he headbutted me in the chest, right in my sternum, and that shit got real bruised really bad, and it like fucking kind of hurt to breathe for a while. That lasted a couple months after that tour, so that was pretty bad. And this was all happening at the same time. And then I got fucking pink eye. I don't even know how I got pink eye, but it did. And then I was sick on top of that, so it was rough. But that's probably the worst I've had it. There was multiple slightly minor injuries at once that kind of sucked. I'm not sure if that's in terms of like sound, like once we heard that riff, we knew the sound we were going for, because that would definitely be Placenta. Like the main riff of that, like the pre-chorus, the first riff of the songs and the pre-chorus, like Justin's doing the No One Should Read This thing over it. That was the first song, like I was saying earlier, that kind of got us in the direction we wanted to go in. And that riff would probably be the one that like solidified what Tallah was gonna do and what the sound was gonna be. Not if Justin declined. When I was like auditioning vocalists, or when the band was auditioning vocalists, it was kind of like one at a time. It was never like get a bunch of people and then pick from the bunch that we had. We had like one guy who was like a really good friend of mine, and things didn't work out, just like scheduling and different obligations, so that didn't work out. And then from there we just tried other people, and it was always just one at a time. If we liked them, then we'd probably stick with them. If they didn't have what we were looking for, we'd move on to the next person. We moved on from a lot of people because I really wanted someone that was unique, someone that had like the crazy energy that we were going for, and like a unique voice that can do different things. And it's hard to find, so went through a bunch of people, and eventually once we got to Justin, he had exactly what we were looking for, so there's no point in looking for anyone else. So if Justin declined, it would be just finding the next person. But we never had to go there because Justin was into it and he was what we were looking for. The EP songs are on the new album, and we did not retrack them, but we remixed them and we added new things to them. So there's new elements to those songs that were not on the EP, and then on top of that, the songs as a whole got remixed, remastered. So they're kind of being shown in a new light right now, which is really cool.